explore Sunset Over Water. In Sunset Over Water, you're using planning cards to figure out what time you're getting up, and then you're going to move your explorer around the board based on your card's allowance on movement. Your goal is to collect cards based on their symbol to fulfill different goals and sell your paintings. Every round, there is also an opportunity to gain bonus points based on the goal code for that round.
This box comes with a great rule book, a custom insert, high quality cards, great artwork on the cards itself, and cool custom meeples.
For replayability, this game plays excellent at 2 players. There is a solo variant as well, and it does play up to 4 players. So there's a lot of variety in the way you can play this game, as well with the cards being different every time you set up the board. It's going to change the style of play. In addition, the planning cards allow you to kind of get into the head of your opponent and figure out where they're going to meet the goals, as well as where they're going to move their artist. If you are second and your player can only move, let's say, horizontal and vertical, if the player before you has already gone in one of those directions and picked up the cards, it's going to limit what you can do. So you need to figure out how you're going to play the cards and get inside the head of your opponent.
Yeah, it's tactical in how you do it. I also enjoy in this game, you have to wake up at a certain time. I like getting ahead of Lisa and go, you're going to have to wake up earlier than that to beat me. So there's a little fun aspect in that. But when you're moving around, you have to figure out how early you're going to wake up, which direction you're going to move in, and then which goals you're trying to fulfill. Also as well, there's also a benefit to going last. So sometimes you don't always want to wake up early because there's this last person in the round to do X will gain these 2 points. So sometimes you can fulfill getting contracts and doing that as well. But sometimes you might just want to have a round where you're like, I'm just going to collect a bunch of landscapes and try to play ahead for the next turn, because what they do is they give you the information with a head up pile of what's going to come out next round. So you might just say, this isn't my round, I'm going to try to get that last 2-point bonus, and I'm also going to save up. So you're not always doing the same thing, and you're tactically trying to figure out what your opponent's doing. And you can somewhat tell because you can see what landscapes they already have in their kind of tableau that they're going to use later on to fulfill contracts.
Yeah, and depending on your planning card, they also allow you to collect different numbers of paintings. So some allow you to move 3 spaces, but only collect 1 painting. Others allow you to move 2 places, but you can collect 2 paintings. So you need to figure that out as well, how many cards you need in order to fill those contracts. The game does come with these nifty little day summaries and summaries of how to play. So that allows you to get this game back to the table. There's very low rules overhead, so it makes it an easy teach. Setup, there's a little bit of setup, just getting the cards on the table, but realistically, within 5 minutes from the way the box is organized, within 5 minutes you can be up and running, playing a new game. As the tableau changes every single game, your contracts or commission cards that are coming up are going to change every single game, as are the goal cards. So you do not get the same game ever.
Yeah, it hits a nice sweet spot of quick setup, low rule overhead, but I'm still making some interesting decisions, and I'm also paying attention to what Lisa's doing. So it's not like I'm just playing a solo game and doing my own thing. I still have to be aware of what she's doing. We were talking off camera a little bit about how we wanted to give some people some gifts for board games, and this would definitely be like a gift we would give some family members and friends.
Absolutely.
So I think we're pretty much ready just to dive into a game right now. Lisa, what do you say? Does this go the distance for our collection?
Absolutely. It goes the distance. Now let's get playing.
All right.